That children's cartoon everyone thinks is innocent? Fans just uncovered secrets that prove there's way more going on than muddy puddles. Do you remember that official Peppa Pig wallpaper that was released a few years back? The one showing the happy pig family gathered outside their house? Well, pause and look closely at the upstairs window. There's a face staring down at them. A face that looks exactly like Peppa, but something's off about those eyes. This isn't just a random animation error. Fan theories suggest Peppa has had a twin sister this whole time, born alongside her, but abandoned for displaying psychopathic tendencies. While the family celebrates outside, this evil twin watches from the shadows, plotting and waiting. She's been there since episode 1, hidden away, but never truly gone. The theory gets darker. Every time Peppa acts unusually bossy or cruel to George, it might not be Peppa at all. It could be her twisted twin taking her place, slowly infiltrating the family while the real Peppa remains oblivious. Well, now that baby Alexander has arrived, and they have moved to a bigger house, this evil sister has even more places to hide. The garage, the attic, the basement. She could be anywhere. Now here is the most shocking thing that will send chills down your spine. In reality, Queen Elizabeth II passed away on September 8th, 2022. But there was a queen in Peppa's universe. And what happened to her? The show's official social media posted a tribute featuring Peppa jumping in muddy puddles alongside the cartoon queen. Sweet gesture, right? Wrong. That post wasn't just a tribute, it was a funeral announcement. Since 2022, the Queen has never appeared in another episode, not once. In a show where characters typically live forever without aging, this absence speaks volumes. The Queen of Peppa's world is dead, and a new king has likely taken her place. Probably a cartoon version of King Charles III, Elizabeth's son. However, the show never directly addresses death because time moves so slowly in their universe. Most characters haven't aged a day in 20 years, so when someone disappears completely, it means something permanent happened, something final. What's your take on this? Time for the most disturbing theory yet. Daddy Pig, that lovable, bumbling father figure, might actually be a cold-blooded killer. Think this sounds insane? First, Daddy Pig's parents have never appeared in the show. Not once in 20 years. Peppa has never even heard of her paternal grandparents. Most telling of all, Daddy Pig never mentions them, not even in passing. When families avoid talking about relatives, there's usually a very dark reason. Here's where it gets really creepy. There's this old black and white photo sitting in Daddy Pig's office showing two little piglets, a boy and a girl in vintage clothes. Since it's black and white, we're talking way back when those photos were actually common. The boy looks just like Daddy Pig as a kid, which means that girl next to him, probably his sister. Here's where it gets truly chilling. Like his parents, this sister has never been mentioned or seen. 3 family members, all mysteriously vanished from Daddy Pig's life. 3 relatives he refuses to acknowledge or discuss. The theory? Daddy Pig snapped one day. Maybe they bullied him about his weight. Maybe they pushed him too far. But something triggered a violent rage. Uncle Pig might know the truth and helped cover it up, which would explain why he gets uncomfortable when people compare the 2 brothers. Ever notice how eerily perfect Peppa's parents are? They almost never scold their children, even when they clearly misbehave. Peppa nearly destroyed the computer in Mummy Pig at work and barely got a gentle talking to. This isn't normal parenting. It's cult programming. Just think about how every grown-up in town just goes by Mummy, Daddy, or Mr. and Mrs. Whatever. Like their actual names just vanished the moment they became adults. And why is everyone stuck living on those hills, completely cut off from everywhere else? The whole Mrs. Sheep situation is super suspicious too. Remember in Susie Goes Away when she was all excited about getting this amazing job somewhere far away? Then boom, mysterious phone call. Job's gone. Sorry, not sorry. She even says she's going to be in that town forever and sounds absolutely heartbroken about it. That's not just bad luck. That's someone making sure she never leaves. The most disturbing part? Children are treated as divine beings in this cult. They're never punished, never truly disciplined, always celebrated. Baby Alexander might be the most important cult member simply for being the youngest and most pure. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, or Peppa Pig will become your nightmare. Here's where things get really weird. Time in Peppa's universe doesn't work like it should. Think about it. Characters go years without celebrating birthdays, the same holidays happen over and over, and that sun just appears out of nowhere like someone flicked a switch. So get this, Peppa Pig launched in 2004, which was just a few years after The Matrix came out, and had everyone questioning reality. Probably just a coincidence, but still makes you think. Watch any episode and you'll notice something weird. Same morning routine, same activities, same bedtime. It's like everyone's stuck on autopilot, following the exact same script day after day. Madame Gazelle isn't just any ordinary teacher. She's a centuries-old vampire who's been feeding off the children's life force while pretending to educate them. The evidence is hiding in plain sight. First, the mirror scene. Madame Gazelle stands in front of a mirror, but her reflection doesn't appear. The narrator even points this out directly. Vampires, as everyone knows, cast no reflection. Second, she's been teaching since Daddy Pig, Mummy Pig, and all the other adults were children. She hasn't aged a single day. She should be at least in her 50s by now, but she looks exactly the same as she did decades ago. In one episode, she mentions that bats remind her of home. Now, where exactly would bats remind someone of home? Transylvania, maybe. You know, where all the classic vampire stories come from. She's been hanging around these families for decades, looking exactly the same while everyone else grows up and moves on. The cops in this town are either the worst at their jobs or they're getting paid to look the other way. Like that time, they found Pirate Redbeard with a literal treasure chest and just gave it back to him. No questions asked, just, "Oh hey, here's your stolen loot. Have a nice day." And it's not just one incident. You've got Redbeard walking around openly planning robberies, Mr. Fox literally stealing candy from children during school fundraisers, and where are the police? Nowhere to be found. Either they're completely useless, or someone's slipping them some serious cash to stay quiet. The most terrifying part? In this world of talking animals where everyone should be equal, the law enforcement protects the predators while the innocent families remain vulnerable. And with a vampire teaching their children and a possible killer living among them, Peppa's community is far more dangerous than anyone realizes. Here's the final secret that ties everything together. Every family in Peppa Pig consists of the same species. No mixed couples, no interspecies children, no crossbreeding at all. This isn't a biological limitation, it's social control. The evidence suggests interspecies relationships are strictly forbidden, possibly even illegal. But here's the twist that could change everything. In Peppa's generation, there's often only one child of each species per age group. As they grow up, they'll be forced to either remain single or break the species barrier. Peppa herself has a crush on Pedro Pony. If they end up together, their relationship could shatter centuries of segregation. Love might finally triumph over the oppressive social structure that's kept different species apart. But if the cult, the corrupt police, and the supernatural forces controlling their world have anything to say about it, Peppa and Pedro's love story might end before it even begins. And if you think these secrets are disturbing, wait until you see what we've uncovered about other beloved children's shows.